What is going on, guys? Jack has got your back, and in today's video we're going to be morphing into action and talk about a very special game that is near and dear to my heart, and that game is this one right here. There it is, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers for the Super Nintendo. So this game was practically my introduction into gaming as a whole. My brother had a Super Nintendo with a huge library of games, and when I was around 4 or 5 I witnessed this game being played by my brother, and I eventually played it and loved every second of it. So now I've acquired the Super Nintendo. I have his library of games. They're around here somewhere. I still have them to this day. So I figured I'd show my love and appreciation for the Super Nintendo, and especially with the game that started it all for me, with this deep dive review. With the ever closing release date of the Power Rangers game, Rita's Rewinds, that is coming out in early December. I believe it is the 10th. And quite frankly, it could easily be my game of the year. I swear I'm not biased. I gotta say, thank God for TMNT coming out with Shredder's Revenge. And kind of sparking this renaissance of good old-fashioned retro beat-em-ups with our favourite childhood like IPs, because I swear if it wasn't for TMNT and that game, we probably wouldn't even see this game coming out, you know? And guys, if you like your retro gaming and all things Power Rangers, go ahead and click that subscribe button and ring that bell to stay notified when I go live with new uploads. It is one click and you'll be doing me a huge favour, as I would like to get this kind of content out to a vast variety of people and to see this channel grow. Back to action! The Mighty Morphin Power Rangers took the world by storm in the early 90s and spawned a good majority of merchandise ranging from toys to games and even sippy cups and lunchboxes. But we're here to talk about the games, and they were pretty much ported to everything that was available in the early 90s, including the Sega Genesis, the OG Grey Brick, and my personal favourite, the Super Nintendo. And this game released in 1994, 30 years ago. As soon as you boot up the SNES version, you're greeted to this soundbite. Now, I don't know what it is about the Super Nintendo as a whole, but when it comes to any soundtrack that comes across its path, it just slaps. And especially this game is no exception. This soundtrack completely slaps. The crunchiness of the instruments, and then with the lyrics added in for good measure, it just screams nostalgia. And I'm not too sure if a lot of soundtracks on the Super Nintendo had lyrics, but they were very few and far between, and this game of course had to have it because you needed them to scream "Go Go Power Rangers." Once you start the game, boom, you're right into the action with a cutscene of the Rangers looking at Angel Grove, and then all of a sudden the city's on fire. Can't even imagine what the residents are thinking of when the city just bursts into flames with a scary looking witch hovering over in the clouds. And then on the next screen, we have the player select screen with all 5 Rangers front and center. All 5 Rangers. All 5 Rangers! Okay, yeah, so I do have a small gripe when it comes to this game, and it's an obvious one, obviously. So this game came out in 94, right? And Tommy appeared in 93 in The Green with Evil Part 1. Where is he? Where is the man? Yeah, I don't know why he wasn't included. Maybe everybody would have picked him and left the other 5 Rangers, or might have something to do with creating the sprites. Of course, the Green Ranger is completely different from the other Rangers with his dragon shield and dragon dagger, so maybe creating the sprite may have taken a long time to program. Yeah, not too sure why he wasn't included. All I know is that the Game Gear and the Sega Genesis had the Green Ranger, so I is gutted. Okay, mini rant over, back to the game. This game is broken down into 5 areas, split into 2 parts. You fight your way through parties of various colours and different abilities, looking like they belong on their own Ranger team or a packet of Skittles. You also have various platforming areas and obstacles and hazards you have to work your way around. And as you reach the end of the first area, that area's boss shows up and that iconic music starts playing, and you know is about to go down, and it's morphing time. You transform into your Ranger gear and you gain access to your Ranger's weapon and a whole range of different moves. Zack's Ranger form looks a little like Red Ranger, and let's go ahead and check out Kim. Jesus! That's not right! Okay, yeah, so sure, like, all the Rangers share the same sprite of Red Ranger, but they only have like a color swap and they gain access to like their unique weapon. So Red Ranger has his sword, Blue Ranger has lance, etc, etc. They just share the same body mold, just different colors with, you know, different weapons. But you know, you can kind of look past it, kinda. Part 2 of the level sees you in your Ranger form busting out and dealing the same punishment to putties and different obstacles with the added bonus of the bomb. This thing is kind of like a, if you're in a dire situation, you kind of need to use it. Attack and covers the whole of the screen with lightning bolts and your Ranger's unique Zord in the background whilst you pull off a kick-ass pose and just watch everything explode. Might want to look away if you suffer from epilepsy. So here it is, you've reached the end of the level and you're treated to a boss fight with one of the series' infamous villains, like Eye Guy, and even the Dark Warrior, even though he kind of doesn't look like a warrior, he looks like a ninja. Figure that one out. And again, this game's soundtrack goes hard, and I listen to this from time to time when I'm working or editing or just in my free time, and this is the sort of music that gets you pumped to take down the boss once and for all. With that boss defeated, you're then shown that area's password, and that is your save feature. None of this auto-saving. Passwords were your save feature back in the day. And guys, do you remember the 8 megabyte PlayStation memory cards for PS2? Oh, those were the days. Take me back, please. And then you repeat the process for the next 5 stages. You defeat putties, you change into your Ranger form, you defeat the boss, and then on to the next one, onto the next one, onto the next one. But with all 5 stages down, you're not done. You are then greeted with a cutscene of all the Rangers coming together, doing their sick pose with their Zord coming in from behind. I'm sorry, don't take that out of context. I swear, don't do it. And then they form the Megazord. So you know what that means, more areas. You're then given the privilege of piloting the Megazord in 2 more bosses against, what the hell is his name? Against Mutitis and Cyclopsis. Oh god, I hate him. I hate him with a passion. You have no idea. I'm using the word hate here. Okay, Mutitis is quite easy to figure out and beat. Kind of like your introduction to the Zord battles, as you both have a life bar and a power meter that slowly builds up over time so you can deal more damage to the boss and defeat him. But then of course we come to Cyclopsis, and this guy is a pain in the ass. You battle him on the moon next to Rita's palace. So far so good. It's your standard boss till he dies. But this is the thing though, this is the kicker. He doesn't die. Nope, he comes back again, and this time he's gold and regains all of his health. But you're standing there with the amount of life you've had for the entire fight, so technically you've got to fight 2 forms of Cyclopsis. The guy is hard enough as it is, and you want me to fight him again, but gold and even harder? Cool, sweet, awesome. This wasn't, you know, scarring for a kid back in the day, you know? If you somehow get past this miracle and not throw your controller into the nearest wall, he explodes. The Rangers drive through California? All day too, by the looks of things, because they go from day to night in an instant. And Billy looks so happy to be there. You head to the juice bar where Zack busts some moves. Finn! It's amazing how this game still holds up 30 years later down the line. Tight Control's a great beat 'em up that should take, yeah, roughly about an hour and a bit to beat. And this plays out like multiple Power Ranger episodes rolled into one. Sure, the Rangers all share the same sprites, just, you know, color swapped. And there's no sign of our Lord and Savior, Tommy Green Ranger Oliver. But this game does what it says on the box, and it's a fun time that should be played even to this day. Before I was like, this game needs to get some sort of Xbox Live Arcade remake, or port this game to newer consoles with trophy and achievement support. This game would get 100% beat. Straight up, past Ranger games have come and gone, but never really captured the same essence like this 94 game did. The only game that has been on par with the Super Nintendo version has been Beats of Power, and Beats of Power was a Power Rangers fan game that melded and mashed different sprites from the Sega Genesis to the Super Nintendo, all wrapped into one package, and it was kind of like a love letter to all Ranger fans. And now, especially with news of like another Power Rangers fan game in the works, and this game looks incredible, by the way. This one is called Mighty Morphin Power Rangers It's Morphin Time, and it just screams classic beat 'em up with different sprites, different boss fights, and if I can somehow get my hands on this version of the game, I'll definitely be covering this. I love a good Power Rangers game, especially if it's done right and it looks like this. But with Risa's Revenge coming, and you'll be damn sure I'll be checking that out on the channel when that drops next month, I'm super hyped for that game. Just looking at the previews for the game, it looks like it has that essence. It looks like it has that feeling that I have been waiting for all this time in a good old classic Power Rangers video game. Yeah, it could quite easily be my game of the year. Again, I'm not biased. There's been other great games this year, Silent Hill 2. That's it. But yes guys, I'm going to cut it here. Thank you all so much for stopping by and taking a look at my deep dive, my love for Mighty Morphin Power Rangers for the Super Nintendo. And if you liked what you're seeing, go ahead and leave a like and also subscribe. You'll be doing me a huge favor. It is one click and you'll be getting my content out to a vast variety of people. And this is the kind of content I'd love to do in the future. Also go ahead, ring that bell to stay notified when a new upload comes up. And go ahead and also leave a comment as well if you had fond memories of this game, if you've ever played this game back in the day, or if you're also hyped for the new Power Rangers game that's coming out next month. Let me know in the comments. And also if you have any feedback with videos, do let me know. Your feedback is always valued, and thank you all so much. But yes guys, I'm going to cut it here. Thank you all so much, and I will see you in the next video. Have a good one guys. Take care. Thank you again guys for sticking right to the end. If you liked this video, go ahead and check out my previous upload right up here. And also if you want to see something completely random, check out this video right here. And you see this little circle right here? Click it. Do it. Thank you again guys, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.